And welcome back, folks, to Broader Financial Future. Hopefully, you're having an amazing time out there. Man, the stock market is insane. In today's video, we're going to talk about Google stock and how I expect it to explode in the near future. So let's jump in and talk about Google. So the first thing I want to talk about is the 20-for-1 stock split. So if you don't know, Google announced that it plans on splitting the stock 20-for-1. This will take effect after the close of business of July 15th. So that's when this is supposed to happen. So there's still a lot of time left before this actually takes place. Now, this will be the first split in 8 years for Google that they actually split their stock. So that's pretty big news because Tesla and Apple recently split their shares, bringing their price down for more consumers. Even though you can buy fractional shares, it still have that sticker price that people be like, "Ugh, $3,000. That's high," which it is high, but you still buy fractional shares. But now, when you do the stock split, you will actually own a full share versus one if you decide to buy the full price. Now, speaking of which, that will bring the share price to around $150 per share versus 3,000 per share now. Now, anything can change from now to July 15. The stock can go up, down, around, wherever. So, depending on when you buy this stock, that amount can change, right? So, right now it's hovering around $3,000. So, that'll bring it to about $150 per share. Other thing I want to talk about is their internet search advertising revenue. In the fourth quarter, their internet search advertising revenue came above expectations. Their Google Cloud and YouTube computing unit revenue slightly missed estimates, but let's break it down a little further here. YouTube advertising revenue rose 25% to $8.63 billion. Analysts had estimated YouTube ad revenue of 8.81 billion. So as you can see, just barely a tad under what people expected, but it's still a really good number, which I'm going to talk about later on in the video. In addition, when you look at their earnings, Google earnings under generally accepted accounting principle, GAAP, jumped 38% to $30.69 per share, including a $2.84 per share gain in equity investments. Now, gross revenue rose 32% to $75.33 billion in the quarter ending December 31st. Man, I just want 1 billion. Google, let me hold something. Now, I'm just playing. The company said net revenue minus traffic acquisition costs came in at 61.90 billion versus estimates of about 60 billion. So traffic acquisition costs jumped 20% to $13.43 billion. Now, moving on a little further here, their internet search and other revenue rose 36%. So Google is not doing too bad, man. They're doing really good when you really break down these numbers here. Even when you go a little further, Google said cloud computing revenue rose more than 44% to 5.54 billion versus estimates of 5.57 billion. Google Cloud cut its operating loss to 890 million, missing estimates of a 758 million loss. Hmm, You win some, you lose some, but overall, I think Google is an amazing company. They're really doing really good things. A couple of things that stick out to me is the stock jumped on the news of their earnings in a stock split, so it did jump higher in after hours trading. But one thing I do like when I think about it is you look at their forward PE, it's only 15, which is really good. It has a really good PE for a really strong company like this, especially a company in the trillions of dollars. Now, another tidbit is YouTube top Netflix in terms of quarterly revenue, with the Google-owned video platform making 8.6 billion in advertising revenue in Q4 versus Netflix 7.7 billion in revenue in Q4 of 2021. That's crazy that YouTube makes more money than Netflix, and Netflix is the paid subscription. All right. So that's really in addition, it's I think it's a really good stock. I think there's a lot of great opportunities here. I'm not a financial advisor. These videos are strictly for entertainment purposes only. So it's important you always do your own research when it comes to your money and your investments because there are risks involved. But for me personally, I'm definitely looking into buying Google um, before the split happens. I don't know if it's going to be tomorrow. It might be tomorrow, but I feel like it's going to be a lot of activity. I might hold out, but we'll see. We'll see where the price lands at. But I definitely want to get in on Google, not just in my index funds or ETFs. I feel like Google long term is good for my retirement account. All right, folks. That's pretty much it, man. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know, do you own Google stock? What is your opinion on Google? How far you think it can go in the future? Until next time, everybody, have a good one. Peace.